time has been caught out one of the first tanks at the start of the battle and getting punished for it. So a bit reckless from him right now. Interesting here from the defense. Well, and Shockish taking E3 here. We see E4 and E3 being used here for eSuba.
Okay. Yeah, we've seen combination of E3 and E4 in defense. That's not the first, not second, not even the third time. But Shockish playing on E3, not on FV heavy as TD, as we said before. Stenya playing that 50B solo breakneck butshot, so there is a lot of rotation potential here for DiNG, plus 2 mouses. It gives them a lot of moving ground here, while eSuba has only pretty much Anji who can rotate. 1-on-3 will be a pincer on their railways. There is no other way for him. If you're wondering why is he breaking this, because these railings or whatever, they can just like make a really nasty obstacle for his supporting sniping forces, especially if some of them shoot heat ammo. It just can't go through it. AT ammo will not go through. It will even obstruct the view, so it helps him to have it under control.
Tomasek just missing a shot there from Hulkneck. He takes one though up from top, though that was Kreitz getting a shot into him. Ammo racked him as well, had to repair that straight away. Doesn't want to have slow ammo and doesn't want the potential of a second shot coming into the same place. That is a weak spot of the mouse if you can actually aim for it. And the ammo rack is on the left-hand side of the turret. Daki can tell you all about that because he has been ammo racked there multiple times.
Well, Ilian and Mary are pushing tower down. No big surprise there. Lukin is quite alone, but he is covered by his teammates. Anji is doing that middle spot, if you see him on the E3 position between the houses. So he will see if someone tries to rotate the 8 line, he will see it on time. The only problem is if he sees it and there are snipers on the hill pre-aimed, he's not going to like what he sees at that moment.
Now, eSuba are the red side team
was that the
on the
shot
defense.
On him? No, he was spotted.
And DiNG are the attacking team on blue. To make things nice and simple, eSuba have the blue and white camouflage on the red side, DiNG have the black and white camouflage on the blue side. Now, Elian and Martorius pushing up here on Lukin. Lukin's going to get the heck out of here. He has a lot of teammates down the rails ready to punish anyone driving across, so nice defensive line here from eSuba, waiting to catch anyone driving out there.
This is just a touchy-feely moment now because DiNG is just trying to see exactly where the positions of these tanks, maybe do some kind of the blind shot. So far they managed to connect 2 of them for free, so that's a good opening for them for 2 minutes of the game, I would say. It does give them a lot of room to rotate tanks still wherever they want. Strong presence of eSuba toward the rail, really weak toward the upper cap. And I believe this is exactly the play that will DiNG actually do. They will pressure up. There is no reason for them not to do so.
Now, we saw earlier on Breakneck's bat chat, and we saw the equipment and consumables he had on it. He's running with a repair pack, a medipack, and he's got baguette rations. So Breakneck being one of these players who kind of is not expecting his tank to burn, but he wants to be able to heal a crewmate if they get damaged, which happens a hell of a lot in the bat chats, to be honest. And a hell of a lot of people still don't take medipacks in bat chats. How many times have we seen bat chats with 1 crew member left? Or a dead commander?
Dead commander is a problem, and that's something that I don't like. As I said, like, I would rather play without fire extinguisher, but who am I to say?
Because you do have the crew skill as well, maxed. For
you have everything
maxed,
yeah. But yes, they are avoiding to get set on fire during the brawl. So that's their main concern. But for me, the main concern is if I was a butshot, get shot, lose a commander, and then what the hell do I do till the rest of the game? Hulkneck is here trenching himself up for free because no one is monitoring this. Breakneck will pressure the cap for free because, hey, no one is monitoring that also. But that's just a play. That's just a play. Hulkneck positioned so he can actually run over on the other side on the courtyard, and he is there. So they're going to try to deal some free shots on passing eSuba tanks. This is the only reason why Breakneck is positioning himself as he is now. They're going to wait for anyone to go for break to try to reset him, and then they're going to do quite some damage on him. If Anji goes alone and tries to deal with Breakneck, Breakneck will brawl him because he has more HP.
Does Shockish have an angle down into the corner where Breakneck is, or is he still looking down where Hulkneck is?
No, he will watch where Hulkneck is because he must cover him. He must cover that entrance. If someone peeks to shoot Hulk, he needs to respond with lethal force.
So Overus is lit there as Hulknick gets himself set up to shoot in his corner. He knows Tomasic's there. Tomasic takes a shot there. 5-2-8. He's going to have to
mouse tanks from the back
off a little bit here, and hopefully it's going to put him into Hulknick's line of sight. Now, Combat wants to move up. Mertorius and Alien are pushing along the train tracks here, starting to get shots off. Again, it's all distraction moves. Breakneck is still sitting here, capping away. 55 seconds to go. And it looks like some potential tanks are starting to move here. Unji's actually getting across here. He gets a shot into Breakneck here, so there was no covering fire from Breakneck. He's going to have to shoot off here against Unji. At what point does he decide he has to get the hell out of here, Mojo?
He doesn't, because as I said, he has one shot of advantage already because Anji took quite a lot of damage. Now there is a pressure from DiNG on other sides because Breakneck, only way for him to run away, only reason, and look at how he is owning him one-on-one.
Bottom two tanks here on each team. If you look at the list, Breakneck on the bottom right and Unji on the bottom left. You can see Unji is on 272 health, Breakneck on 1399. So huge advantage for him. Now Breakneck only has one shot, Unji has 4. So Unji hasn't actually been hitting his shots at all. Every time he's tried to peek, Breakneck's been putting one into him.
It's not even the worst part of it. Senya is now coming to back up Breakneck's position, and Breakneck has only one reason when to run. He will run when someone comes else beside Anji.
Like
to press it.
Pratelicek making a move across here.
And
Shockish
is also
might get into position quick enough here to get a shot into Pratelicek. This one could hurt. Shockish lines it up. Pratelicek angles. Shockish tracks him and holds him in that position that allows Breakneck to back off now.
And bounces the shell. Even more important, we've seen how E3 can get penned in those positions badly. But now Shockish even has an upper hand on him.
Shockish looking to get another shot there on Pratelicek. Frawley missing there with his E3 in the background there. So nice from Shockish on that corner. Breakneck, you can see already doing over 1,000 damage here. Karitz has done 840 damage here and has blocked 750 damage. So
there we go.
Nice
Part B of this plan, there will be a push from this middle street. Hulk and Karitz can now just
go. Nice Shockish, nice.
They can just go and pump damage. They can choose actually even where to go. Honestly, they can go on Mouse and Anji, or they can go left over those tanks, because Senya and Breakneck can just abandon that part of the battlefield and leave Shockish to just monitor Willstown and try to pass by.
Okay, that's Frawley desperately trying to rain up that shot. Shockish trying to bait the shot out, trying to eat it with the armor or perhaps the track. Nice position here from Senya as well, and Hulknick and Karitz are starting to go actually towards Overus and not cover up that middle road. It's now left Breakneck in that road. Now it looks like they want to go back there. A little bit indecision here, Mojo.
It's just depending what they spot and when they see it. Meritorious is now controlling the middle. He will see if Tomasek or Overus tries to do anything, and there will be a couple of tanks now going for that middle road, as I said, to try to shoot on that Mouse and Anji. And Senya is waiting from the other side. So if they see that these guys actually ran away, there you go, by Anji. Senya was waiting patiently and he caught him, looking, tried to press Ili, and now Shockish is taking humongous amount of damage. That must be a double tap from both TDs.
Breakneck rushing in here to get the kill onto Frawley as Karitz and Hulknick are going to run around to get shots into Pratelicek. Breakneck does drop Frawley. Now looking at the bottom of the map has dropped Alien, but looking is complete out of this fight. Mertorius is starting to come up with Tomasek, and Overus will come up into this top corner as well. Senya comes round the back to be able to get shots into Pratelicek, so he gets the kill, and Combat takes out Shockish up in that hill. Now Senya has to be careful of his shots as well, because there's multiple tanks able to get angles into him. This fight is not over yet. DiNG have the advantage of an extra gun, but they have to make the shots count right now.
I would say this game is done by far actually in DiNG's favor. I mean, they have the gun advantage, they have the HP advantage, and more importantly, they have tactical advantage, better knowledge of the map and how this works. They did really good moves how to dig out eSuba. eSuba has no fast tanks alive anymore. Lukin is the only guy left. He is on one shot, and he is really kept in check by Meritorious, who can even allow himself to maybe drive, turn back to him and do a couple of shots on the guys above. DiNG can do the pressure, and there is absolutely nothing I can see that eSuba can actually do to deal with them. Breakneck didn't have to really take this damage. That was his misplay, but he likes to do damage, and he's trying to do it even when he doesn't really have to.
So Senya sitting in the cap circle right now. Combat does peek into Breakneck, but they were waiting for Combat to peek, so Hulknick and Karitz come round the corner. But look at that, eSuba in turn were waiting for Combat, for Karitz and Hulknick to come round as well. Senya now starts to get shots from the cap circle into Overus and Tomasek. They're going to try and focus Hulknick.
Oh my
God! Tomasek with the team kill onto Combat, shoots him in the back. Oh mate, that is just blowing everything completely. Now he's the last tank alive, and oh man. Oh man.
What a downer. But it wouldn't change anything. Still, DiNG would overmatch them here. They had better positions and everything. As I said, Breakneck really didn't have to take that first shot. All he had to do is just wait behind the corner for anyone to peek, and when they do, to clip out.
Mary bouncing there on an easy shot there. It's Karitz picking up the double kill, and round one going there to DiNG. And eSuba, got to watch those shots, boys. Got to watch those shots.
Well, DiNG winning the attack round on Himmelsdorf, so hard part of the work for them down. It paved him the road to maybe lead to 2-0 if they just keep their defense, which I believe they are more than capable of. This was the really big chance for eSuba to just keep themselves in the match, but let's not forget, DiNG is the second team currently on the world, while eSuba is the guys who came in last season from the silver and so on.
Scraped in, yeah. Scraped in.
So, like, not a big comparison there. DiNG needs these points to stay in the race, to stay close, to not lose any kind of position that will take them in top 2 and avoid playing any risky playoffs, while eSuba is struggling for any possible point because they have none at the moment.
I mean, to be honest, eSuba will take anything if they can get up to tiebreaker. They would take 1 point right now, because right now they have nothing so far. Team's going to swap positions now. We're going to see eSuba on the attack. We're going to see DiNG on the defense. I think it's going to be a really tough job for eSuba tonight, to be honest.
You think so?
I think so. I'm just it's got this feeling,
you just
Mojo.
have that feeling that goes in your gut feeling, yeah.
Gut feeling, yeah.
Yeah, definitely eSuba has a tough job here, as you said, but it's not only this team. Like, these kind of plays are too slow. Let's not undermine them. Like, as Vetso said, they're a good team.
Yeah.
But good team doesn't mean that they can win every time. They lack something. You can see it in rotations, in some of the judgments. Like, example, Anji took an early shot of damage. Okay, not a problem. Why did he push on Breakneck alone? He knew that Breakneck has more health than him for 1 shot, that Breakneck is waiting with his gun aimed, that he will have a good position. So why do you do that?
It's going across, you're going to take the first hit, for sure.
Yeah, you're going to take an earlier hit, and then you will be down 2 shots for sure. And then even if you return everyone, you will still end up dead, and he will still have that HP. So what did you achieve then? Nothing. Like, they still had to push with the rest of the tank. Tanks later.
There's a reason why you get like an IS-4 or used to have a T10 there, is because they can go to that position and they can block shots. They can, they can use armor, and you don't do that with a
Or you can peek with 1 mouse, angle up, maybe make some people shoot, and then he rushes through, then blah blah, then Breakneck probably just runs away from the cap, and you don't even have to shoot him. But there are ways how to do it, and they chose their path. At the moment, eSuba will be attacking super fast lineup. They're gonna try to surprise DiNG somewhere, because it did work once. We've seen DiNG lose against such a thing, but DiNG is a learning team, and Meritorious will be on his dead spot with that IS-4. So
here's something I was just thinking about the eSuba lineup. Usually when eSuba are doing well, one of the standout players for eSuba is Andrew, and he's not playing in this lineup right now. He wasn't in the first round, he's not in this round.
Maybe he has no time to play today, so that's their business. That's why you have replacement players. At the moment, this looks like a full YOLO in 8-line Davai, and we will see how will DiNG respond to it, actually.
Looks like DiNG are perhaps smelling it a little bit.
Sending Breakneck to the middle does it, because they do want to see if there is an early advancement there. Karitz and Meritorious are positioned to fight the top cap, but that's not enough.
Nice shot already there from one of the 113s into Unji. He's taking damage. Everyone's lit coming down through this middle road pretty much. Over us looking and Frolly not being seen. Ow! Take that in the face, Unji. Good night, Vienna. That is 66 HP left. Combat is taking damage as well, so it's practically checked. Nothing going back into DiNG, and that is a very nice connection there from Shockish, making that shot there into Unji.
What a whooping. I'm not sure even did he connect him single-handedly, but as I said, like type 5, when he pens the bachat, it's around 1400, so very possible that it was like his shot. And there we go.
It's no
1
surprise.
minute, 60 seconds in the game. We already have Unji dead, never mind that. And we have already a couple of damaged tanks. Yes, DiNG did learn on their mistakes. When they see a fast lineup, they're spotting the upper cap now.
Prepare for it. And just as eSuba come all around this corner, like, oh, Mary's there. What a surprise. Didn't expect to see that tank.
Never saw him there. Complete new tactics incoming. 12,000 HP, sorry, 11,000 compared to 17 of DiNG. 5k difference, rotation potential non-existent because they are already surrounded. Breakneck is above them and behind them. They're surrounded by super heavies. The only guy out of the trap is Froley. So if they try to run somewhere, they're gonna die. If they try to counter-push something, well, they better focus that fire so brilliantly like they've never done before.
This is brutal. They're just held up pretty much in one road here. Froley gets his gun damaged, gets his tracks damaged a little bit. Hulkneck takes a little bit of damage, but these dual mouse here of DiNG can just trade happily all day here with whatever eSuba can put at them. Looking and Combat are going to try and peek around to the left. They want to get shot. Shockish is just waiting to
Oh, they just
remove
saw Breakneck
somebody
behind them. Nice, jolly surprise. They're so happy.
Yeah, Breakneck can get shots in. Mary can get shots around when they go the other way. There's Tomasek and Combat continues to take damage. Tomasek's now lost his driver as well. Breakneck can continue to go back around and peek if he wanted to. They're going to try and get a push here onto Mertoris, but Karitz and Alien are sitting there, and Karitz could absolutely decimate someone if they peek around the corner. Looking peeks, he does get connected on by Alien and Karitz. It's not a huge shot from Karitz. Practically checking coming around to kill Mary in his graveyard. This is where Mary dies every single time on this map. You can bet on it as sure as water is wet, as Breakneck now picks up the kill on Combat.
It is the known Khaleesi, definitely. They're still hanging in the game, but this is going one way, and it's not gonna be different this time. Senya needs to be a bit careful about the guys from the other side of the map. They can't really finish off Tomaszek, Overus there. But Pratelicek, one of the 50Bs flanking, will die for sure. I don't know why did Breakneck die, actually. He probably didn't have to. He was impatient to do some damage, so he picked up needless rounds. Tomaszek, on the other hand, really has nowhere to go. Like, absolutely nowhere to go.
Wow, this is a bit of a stomping here by DiNG against eSuba. Senya's going to push out into Overus. We see Karitz and Alien going against Pratelicek. Karitz might actually drop here. Shockish finally gets the kill onto Froley as Senya and Overus continue to duel face on here. Trade for trade here. Shockish is going to push his teammate out of the way and say, mate, come on, let me pass. I want to do some damage.
No, he wants to push him to be sacrificed to the gods, I think.
Go in front of me, take a shot. Shockish actually doesn't have the HP to... Oh, he does have the HP to do this, so Shockish can take a shot. He doesn't connect. Just drive up into his space. Oh, cheeky from Senya trying to get that one as well. Pratelicek is going to come round into the mouse of Alien here, get multiple shots into him. Alien has a shot available to him, and it's Senya picking up the kill there, and Pratelicek 2-0 to DiNG, and well, this is kind of what we thought would happen.
It's a bit one-sided. A bit would be an understatement. It was so one-sided, there was another side not even involved in a match. They were read through from the start. DiNG knew exactly what they're doing. They were surprised once, as we said, but it's just not going to happen twice with this kind of lineup. There is not much choice what you can do on Himmelsdorf with these tanks.
Yeah.
Actually, there is. They could have played slowly. They could have felt out where is DiNG first and tried to rotate left and right, but it doesn't seem this team at the moment has that kind of patience and mood. And if they keep up playing like this, those prognoses 5-0, 5-1 will be an absolute possibility.
We've said this as well with DiNG, is that you can trick DiNG once, you can't catch them with the same trick twice. Not unless, I guess, you're the Wild Bunch and you're doing a cap rush. However, DiNG usually always learn from their mistakes. If something like unexpected happens to them, that's usually the way to get to DiNG, is to do something they don't expect, but don't try it twice, because they expect that the second time.
Well, the next map we'll see Sand River. Of course, being a new map, everything is possible here. We've seen pretty much everything so far, from fast rushes and complete murder of the map, capping, rotational tactics and everything. So it's a decent map to be played, I would say, an interesting one. Yeah. It has only 2 places where you can boost tanks. So it's rather interesting because it can't be overused. And those positions also are not that overpowered. They can be dealt with, and we've seen it also in many occasions. Yeah,
I would say if anything, the only kind of drawback it has is that the climb stroke boosts can be done by defensive team only, and there's nothing that the attacking team can do that gives them similar vision of the
that was the big
battlefield.
problem of steps, and probably the main reason why steps were removed before anyone knew that the boost will be removed anyway. But never mind that. That's details.
To be honest, I don't.
Sand River is a good replacement in my eyes.
I don't miss steps, to be honest. It was
no, this is much
I
faster
think steps was a very one-dimensional map. Very, like if defending team does A and B, and that was it pretty much almost every time. If they got those climbs and got them well. So M4A Pan coming out, again, we talked about this, we see this tank all the time, even on both sides. Triple 5As and triple Batchats coming out there for eSuba. Now,
Fast lineups, both teams.
a little bit of flexibility there.
I like that DiNG is not playing super heavy like last time, so only one heavy they have, Shockish. Last time when we watched them on defense, it was like First World War trenches or whatever. But at the moment they don't need it. They will probably boost Mary up on the hill, and that's going to be a replacement for STRV that most of the teams today used. On the other hand, eSuba's lineup does give them opportunities to play really aggressive, but they might take quite a lot of damage on the start in the middle because of that.
Hulknick and Kreitz spot out Tomasek and Pratlicek. So there's first shots coming in. Tomasek taking 2, taking 3. Pratlicek taking shots. Pratlicek taking more shots, and he's on fire! Whoo! Pratlicek, mate, that's gonna hurt like hell. Again, we see 2-5As driving out into the open here, Mojo, and 2-5As getting absolutely punished for it.
Well, it does seem that some teams progressed in the defense of Sand River, preventing these fast rushes on the start of the game, while other teams were still in a past, thinking they can just cope with it and do it again. Again, a same opening as on a previous match we've seen, when Utopia was defending. A slap in the face of attacker, a wake-up call, and let's see how eSuba proceed after that.
Well, it looks like they got Mertoris up into that position.
Took them more than I expected, actually. I think they were like kind of slacking there.
Kind of a bit slow in doing that one, but I mean, this is the second time we've seen this. The 2-5As going to that position, getting wrecked at the start, and that kind of throws a spanner in the complete plan of the attacking team.
It's about 2k HP lost immediately, which is a nonsense. Pratelicek and Tomasek are the ones that are supposed to play an anchor, as we said in also Utopia game, but they're now really not capable of that.
Unji and Frawley just being held off here by Breakneck. Breakneck being shot there by Combat, nice connection there. And Breakneck looks again to be potentially the first casualty here of DiNG if he doesn't get himself into safe position.
He's still trying to see is there actually a push on him or they're just facing it. Also, Senya is there to help from the lower side. He's pressuring on Combat, but he should not really overstretch it because these Bachats, if they actually just turn on him, they can kill him easily.
Breakneck's lit.
He's not alone. There is a full push of DiNG there.
Oh, Combat actually gets clipped out there by Kreitz and Hulknick coming round here. Very nice play. Hulknick has one more shot into him. Kreitz can get a couple more shots here into Combat. If anyone else has crossfire in Combat, he's going to go down. He does. Shockish getting the kill there. So nice prodding here by DiNG. But look at this as a counter as Frawley and Unji push into the middle. They're going to get Hulknick. Let's listen into the team speak of eSuba because they actually are coming back into this one.
Vlastně trefil dělo. WTF? Nabíjíme, no.
Dostanka prešlo takhle u Rusy.
Jsme pryč? Zkus. Můžete rašnout to VZ to?
Jo.
Rašně to, no.
Oni jedou.
Musíme tady do té díry.
Dostanu potom vzoru, víš co?
No, jasně.
Já mám 50 do reloadu, jo? Ty bati jsou docela vypíš,
Já mám nabito.
Ty bati jsou docela hodně vypíš.
Máš nabito? Já mám nabito, no.
Já mám za 5. Já mám 40. Dáte to VZ to?
Ne, baterie pryč.
Musíte zabít to VZ, jako? Zabít VZ a schovat se ke kepu zase. Jo.
Máš mu Tomáčku?
Snad jo.
Ty musíte ke kepu.
Nemůžeme se stuky na 113, oni budou muset jít na reset.
Ten bat bude koukat, bych řekl.
Ano.
113 můžeme overset.
Za náma je bat. Ano, bohu, taky už.
Na Kreitze. To můžeš
má
stát na Lukina.
Ale tam je ten bat, no.
Tak jo, klipne, chilluj.
Koukám
Za nás je debat, za nás je debat.
Ne, už nemůžu. Můžeš Lukina?
Nedám ho, ale, nedám ho.
Já dám.
To mě klipuje z druhé strany, vole.
Petr mě střílí teda.
Já jsem na něj
Na reloadu, jo? Na reloadu. Tenhle bat, -1. 2. Kámo, 3 do píči.
Já se tady staklej v hajzlu.
Možná 4 vlastně, od Lukina střel taky.
Ten už je dole, kurva.
Musím Tomášku pomoct na toho Petma.
Roli?
Sypu.
Nice.
Máme tady taky do kepu?
Musíš dopředu, aby tě nesypal odsud, když tak.
Jdi do kepu, to máš.
Lukine, ty nemůžeš, ne?
Ne.
Nemůže. Já nabím. Jako zkusím je za tebe, Lukine, ale nabím.
Je vysype z druhé strany.
Čeko, nehá ti over Rusy?
Čekám.
On tě zabije pak over Rusy. Já Lukinovi nepomůžu, já jdu forsnout cap.
Jo.
To už jsem měl udělat dávno.
Lukin je mrtvý, jo.
Kurva. Jsem posral čas hodně. Už jsme mohli mít docela dost nakepován, kurva. Bát crossuje? Ok, jak já už se do kepu nepřidal, zkusím teda do crossu.
Jsme měli verse.
Škoda, že mě uvidí z toho zajete zrovna.
Můžeš do kepu a musíte zabít teďka. Pojedou na Tomáška oba. Ale ne. No, on vyrány, prostě se tam stakne.
Jeden pojede ze zhora nejspíš.
Nice.
Cap reset coming in there, but Frawley picks up a kill for that. Now Tomasek is on 502 health, Frawley on 144. So, wow, nice connection there into Eileen. Eileen doesn't get his shot, needs to get his second one. Does. Tomasek actually gets, well, he got ammo racked there, didn't he? Get damaged ammo rack because the reload went further back. Did like it, repaired it instantly. Breakneck coming in here to pick up Frawley. Nice play from Breakneck. Well, actually,
nice play
I was
from
going to
Frawley.
say keeping his HP for once to the end of the battle. DiNG winning that one, bit scrappy in the end, but well, it was close. It was closer than it needed to be.
It was much closer than it needed to be, especially since they made that huge advantage in the start. Killing Patton was a correct choice, but after that there was a huge commotion, and actually eSuba almost managed to get up on top of that. Of course, being pressured by the time, they had to do something about the cap. They really were not in any kind of shape to pressure into DiNG. And they did their best, bringing the game this close. I would even say that DiNG kind of, you could feel impatience to finish the game. That was not all needed. And they took really humongous amounts of damage in some of the moments, but still the result was kind of inevitable after that opening.
Yep, now DiNG lead to eSuba 3-0. Teams are now going to swap sides, which means we're going to get DiNG on the attack. We're going to get eSuba on the defense. I mean, the result's a bit unfair. I mean, eSuba are putting up a fight here. Sometimes the score never tells the full story of a battle. You can have a 5-0, but every single one of those rounds were really close right to the wire. All that people are going to look back on right now is the fact that DiNG are 3-0 ahead, and not necessarily the fact that this round was leaving two tanks on one-shots for the winning team.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, everyone gets what they deserve. If it ends up in 5-0, it's well-deserved 5-0. And at the moment, DiNG did a huge amount of damage on them on the start, and they definitely won the game, but by thinking ahead. So you cannot take anything away from that, even if they just remained on 1000 HP and 2 tanks. Who cares? They still won.
True, true. Now, on the rotation side here, pretty sure we're going to continue to see the M48 pattern being used. I think we'll see S-tanks as well this time being used.
In STRV?
Mm-hmm.
How would I know what the defender wants to do?
Well, we've
like,
seen it from Utopia before.
Yeah, but I don't like it, honestly. I understand the position, I understand the sniping behind it, but I prefer the rotation potential as DiNG is now playing. It was a bit risky, but it gives you much more opportunities to shift your tanks left and right and connect the shots. While when you have an STRV, you can position it on one space and that's it.
Very mobile attack lineup here for DiNG. We're seeing an IS-7 come out as well in in partnership with a 5A. 4 Batchats and a TVP. Now on the side of Utopia here, we're seeing an IS-7 as well coming out, then 2 5As, 3 Batchats, and then an M48 Patton. So slightly different lineups from each team. It's really going to see who actually has the better pick here to get the vehicles to work in their favour.
You will see it rather quickly. Of the guys from eSuba side, I guess the combat will be boosted up. DiNG is playing super aggressive on the lower side of the map.
This is like what Gohard did.
We've seen the actions like this before, but they can actually quite surprise someone. And that someone will probably be Pratelicek if they are aggressive enough.
So it's nice to see a bit of change up in the tactics here by one team over the other.
Pratelicek is dead as dodo if they continue.
If they go all the way, I mean, last time what happened here is that they split and went different directions for Gohard, but it looks like they're going to go all the way. Combat's going to get pushed up here by his teammates. Gets up into position in the M48 patent. Now look at this. Pratlicek is spotted, looking at spotted. They're going to push over here. This is going to be absolute pain for these guys if they can't run away in time.
They
and
can't.
Going to actually be able to back off here because only Alien has remaining shots.
They can't push anymore because already Patton is covering, and there would be a cover fire from the guys from the hill. Huge amounts of damage would be taken, and it's just not pay off. So if they wanted to push, they would have to do it through the lower, that little ditch between them, and from the upper side immediately without stopping, like a blind push without any kind of spot. But DiNG is not a team like that. They don't like to do it. So they're going to play positions. Shokish is going to proxy, and they're going to put one guy on that #1 cap now. So
this push from DiNG here looked like he wanted to catch someone out. It hasn't done that. Now they're going to have to do some kind of play around base 1 and hope that they're not spotted. The trick is trying to pick a spot here to move into.
This is
that
a new position where no one kept actually before.
And Hognik is doing a nice little position here. Very nice.
It's decent. We will see now how will actually eSuba respond. They're not quite in position to peek too much over the 1 cap. They will need to regroup and push. The only obvious push point they can do is Korit. He's so far off the rest of the guys. There is only 2 guys who can cover him with any kind of fire. But also Korit is not a key point in this defense because cap can be pressured by multiple people if needed, and there can be a counter push on the lower tanks if they commit too much on him.
Nice shot from Pratlicek there onto the I7 of Shokish. Looks like eSuba might have an idea where Hulknik is, but you can see no tracer lines coming anywhere near him and nobody aiming in that direction. So cap down to 1 minute 12 seconds. And this is nicely done here by DiNG to force the movement here from eSuba.
Yeah, they have a great idea where he is. He's around the 1 cap area. So interesting for us is that on Sand River, we are more and more looking at teams pressuring that #1 cap because #2 cap is really strongly defended by most of the teams now. But as we said on a previous match, if you... Wow, Combat is taking so much damage there.
Oh, Combat. Pratlicek's going to peek up over here. Breakneck can get a farm into him. He's going to start backing off. Breakneck's going to get 2, if not 3. Nicely done. Pratlicek taking a lot of damage for that. A huge amount of damage, in fact. 339. Breakneck going to peek back over, try and get that kill. He's going to try and clip him out. Breakneck's going to take some damage in return for this. He doesn't do it. Karitz now takes damage as he's going to duel with Overus up in the top cap. Act as distraction because nobody can get into spot the base. We're down to 18 seconds. Lukin is going to be the one they're trying to force up now to get vision in the cap circle. We're down to 13 seconds. Let's actually listen in from DiNG because they might just sneak this one.
I will probably die, but I blew the couple in.
No, fuck no, fuck.
Блять.
Nice, nice.
They did it, my bad. Well, that one went way quicker than expected, and that was my bad for not going into TeamSpeak earlier on. So, well, all we caught pretty much was nice.
Well, it was a brilliant TeamSpeak, whatever.
Great insight into the team's thinking there.
As we said before, if you commit too much resources on one side of the map, you must leave some side of the map open. Obviously, DiNG guessed well that eSuba will try to camp on the upper side, press the lower side and say, aha, yes, you are indeed there. Use this neat little trick to cap the base, created great crossfire for any spots where you can peek to actually try to spot that guy on a cap, and that's it. It's like, it looks so easy, but you need to be that good to make it look so easy.
I kind of hoped that there was going to be a reset, and what happened is just as we went into TeamSpeak, they threw a second tank onto the cap circle, which dropped it from 20 seconds down to 5 seconds. So, well played there from DiNG, and being able to cap right under the noses there of eSuba, and well, that's a cool position used, but we'll probably never see that done again, because now teams know to kind of look for that area and get shots into that area.
You can get shots in that area, but he might not be there next time. He might be on some different spot.
True.
The cap is kind of a big circle.
Old sneaky. Yeah, I mean, you can only hide at like the back edge, and there's only so many places you can be where you're not spotted. But yeah, never mind. We'll see. It's up to teams to try and innovate, and it's other teams to try and break down those tactics. Now we're going to go into Ghost Town. DiNG currently leading eSuba 4-0. They're on match point. DiNG are known to be quite aggressive here in Ghost Town. They have been caught with their pants down before, though, in Ghost Town with being cap drosh, but I don't see that happening, especially considering they're going to be starting off on the attack. I think they're going to be looking for a fight.
It does look like a 5-0 attack. Is a good side for DiNG. There is nothing to surprise them there. Like, it's not like enemies going to rush into them and take them by surprise. it's mainly when they're defending that they have a problem, the biggest problem. So we will see how will eSuba set up. Maybe they will make to another map, God knows. But so far they didn't really show potential to match DiNG's plays.
And look at this from DiNG. We have a 113 IS-7, which gives you potential to cap up at base 1. We have 2 T-57s. We have double mouse, and we have a bat chat. So if they want to go for a fight, they have the fight, and they can always bring in the 113 and IS-7 as well. So a nice lineup here from DiNG, actually. I quite like this one.
So eSuba here has 2 mouse tanks, 3 Chinese heavies, of which one of them is 113, so he will be kept on A line. 50B and Bachat for rotation. I don't know, do they even dare to split their forces? They're just gonna probably stick together.
Probably stick up and looking in for a fight here. Now, due to what happened in the last round, we are going to bring you DiNG's TeamSpeak again in this round, but we're going to wait for it to get a bit exciting for that to happen. There's no point in jumping into it right away. Now, following eSuba here as they start to gain out position in the town, kind of feel out where DiNG are and what they're going to do. But as you're seeing here, this Kreitz is down south of his team, so they're not pushing into base 1. And hyper aggressive here from eSuba around the corner, right into the guns of Breakneck. He's able to get 2 shots into Frawley. Takes a couple in return though, but look at this already, how much damage eSuba are taking for this, and they're only getting shots back into 1 tank.
He's so hungry to do damage, and he's taking so much damage for no need. After he did those first 2 shots, he could have just moved away and let himself fade while the other guys are doing the job. DiNG, obviously, being experienced team, they know very well that eSuba will try something crazy in this last round, and they were waiting in backlines. Now they know exactly position of every tank, and they're gonna counter push and start taking them apart one by one.
Ukets now here caught in between the guns of DiNG. Shokish has him on one side, Kreitz and Senya have him on the other side. Shokish has to be careful not to get caught himself. Look at that, Ukets peeks and gets punished for it. Kreitz is getting wrecked in his IS-7 at the bottom though, however. eSuba look like they're taking this one back to DiNG, but they still have the HP advantage. Now this is going, well, in DiNG's favour still. So let's actually listen into the TeamSpeak of DiNG, so it looks like they're going to walk away with this one.
Короче, я пошел под КД, походу. Под КД.
Спинами ходили.
Да. Говорите, нас едет, Илья. Давай вот этого. 2 мауса на луки.
Забей
Да, у
на
меня
нас,
5 секунд уже сложу, видно там. До этого. Паралитика или что это такое?
13 КД.
У меня пулька осталась.
КД.
Бат.
КД.
Убирайте. Бат минус 1. Минус 2 бат.
Я пойду с 13.
Да, Мери заберет.
Я заберу.
Быстрее. Бат минус 3. Да, он уже второй барабан.
Здравствуй.
And that's pretty much all but over now for eSuba. Only combat left with a decent amount of HP. Overus is on a 1-shot. DiNG still have Mary, can roll about in his 113 on full health. His combat takes a hit, so it's going to be 5-0 to DiNG. Good win for them, but further misery, sadly, for eSuba. It is not a good season for them at all, is it, Mojo?
No combat here running away, but Mary will pretty much... Oh my god, he tried to HE him and he didn't pen. So it's like a victory run here.
He's going for it again.
Let's see how will it happen.
He didn't even hit him that time.
What's with shooting, Mary? Like,
Mary.
what's with shooting, bro?
Mary, come on, land a shot. There you go. There
Good
you
boy.
go. Davai, Mary, davai.
Not the greatest game for eSuba. End of a week for them here. Only 1 match left for us. What can we say? Like, this was really self-explanatory. 5-0 for DiNG. Most of the games were pretty one-way stomping. Not really great display by eSuba, by tactics or anything else. The only thing I can say in their defense here, when we listened to their TeamSpeak, they didn't seem very stressed about it. There was no nervous or miscommunications and stuff. They're trying to do their best in this game. Just wasn't enough. DiNG was just too good.
Yeah.